Beloved child of God, the time is near for the fulfillment of all you have longed for in faith. Your prayers have not gone unheard, and the Lord is preparing to pour His blessings upon you in ways surpassing your most profound hopes. In this sacred season of divine visitation, God's grace will overflow into your life, bringing material blessings and spiritual riches that will nourish your soul and strengthen your spirit. This is a time of preparation, a call to ready your heart and mind for the wonders God has in store. Each sacrifice you've made, each prayer whispered in the quiet of your heart, has been seen by your Father in heaven. He is preparing to reveal His power and love through you, performing miracles that go beyond earthly gains, leading you into righteousness and peace. But remember, dear one, the path to these blessings may not always be easy. Challenges and trials will come, but they are not signs of abandonment. They are opportunities for growth, refinement, and a deeper connection with the one who holds your life in His hands. Hold firm to your faith, for God's love is unfailing, His promises unshakable, and His presence ever near, especially in times of difficulty. The Lord is about to do something extraordinary in your life. Stay expectant, and let your heart be filled with the peace that comes from trusting fully in His perfect plan. My beloved child, prepare your heart, for the heavens are opening, and God's favor is descending upon you. In His infinite love, the Lord has heard your cries and is preparing to fill your life with blessings beyond anything you could have imagined. These blessings are not merely material gifts but treasures that will nourish your soul, fortify your spirit, and draw you ever closer to His heart. In this sacred moment of visitation, God's grace will overflow into your life, honoring every sacrifice, every moment of diligence, and every tear you've shed in faith. The Lord is not distant, He is near. His presence envelopes you with a deep love that surpasses all understanding. Through you, He will reveal His power, not just in earthly gain, but in spiritual transformation. You are called to be a vessel of His divine light, a testimony to His enduring love and unshakable strength. These blessings are not fleeting comforts, but eternal gifts that will fill your days with righteousness, peace, and joy. As you receive what God has prepared for you, know that these gifts are the very expression of His heart for you. They will fortify you for the road ahead and remind you that His love never fails and His mercy endures forever. You are precious in His sight, and this is your season to walk in His favor, bathed in the glow of His presence. Trust in Him, for He is faithful, and the miracles He is about to perform in your life will be a testament to His glory. Beloved, remember this. The path to the blessings God has promised is often paved with challenges. Each trial you face is not a punishment but an invitation, an opportunity to grow in faith, to prove your devotion, and to strengthen the bond between your heart and His. The road may be difficult, but every hardship is a stepping stone toward greatness, and each obstacle is a chance to refine the precious faith that lives within you. When adversity looms and doubt whispers in your ear, stand firm in the knowledge that God's love is boundless and His mercy endures forever. Do not let fear cloud your heart, for He walks with you in every storm, guiding your steps even when the way ahead seems uncertain. In the darkest valleys, His light will lead you. His hand will steady you. Trust in His timing, even when it feels delayed, for He is never late. He is preparing you for something greater than you can now see. Hold fast to His word, for it is your shield in times of doubt. Immerse yourself in His teachings, pursue righteousness with all your heart, and know your perseverance will bear fruit. The seeds of faith you plant today will grow into a harvest of blessings tomorrow. The Lord is not indifferent to your struggles. He is the God who sees every tear and hears every prayer. He is shaping you, refining you, and through your trials, He is preparing you for the extraordinary purpose He has set before you. So, my child, do not lose heart. When the winds of adversity blow strong, anchor yourself in the truth of His promises. For though the path may be challenging, the destination is glorious. Your faith is the bridge that will carry you over troubled waters, and through it, you will witness the fullness of His grace and power in ways you have yet to imagine. My beloved child, trust this truth. God's wisdom surpasses human understanding. Though you may not always see the path clearly or understand why events unfold as they do, know that God is working all things for your good. His plan is perfect, woven with divine purpose, even when it seems at odds with your expectations. When life takes unexpected turns, do not be disheartened. Remember that His ways are higher than your ways, His thoughts beyond your thoughts. What may seem like a delay or detour is, in reality, God's way of aligning your life with His greater purpose. Each moment of confusion, each unanswered prayer, is not a sign of His absence but a call to trust more profoundly, to lean not on your understanding but on His infinite wisdom. God's plan for you is one of hope, joy, and a future filled with His blessings. He has seen the beginning, the end, and every step along the way. He is your story's author, leading you through every chapter with care and precision. When events unfold differently than you expect, take heart in knowing that He is orchestrating something beyond your imagination, something extraordinary that only He can see. You are precious to Him, a child chosen and dearly loved, and He will never leave you nor forsake you. The trials you face today are not without purpose. They prepare you for the blessings yet to come, shaping you into the person He has destined you to be. Trust in His timing, for it is always perfect. Even when you cannot see the end from the beginning, trust that His hand is at work, guiding you toward fulfilling His promises. So, beloved, rest in His plan. Release your fears, doubts, and need for control, and entirely place your heart in His hands. For He is the God who knows all, sees all, and holds your future securely. With each step of faith you take, you are moving closer to the destiny He has lovingly prepared for you. His wisdom will never fail you, and His love will carry you through every season, every trial, and every triumph. Trust in Him, for He is faithful and true. Beloved, know this: you are precious in the sight of God, created with purpose, strength, and a noble spirit. In a world that may cause you to question your worth, the Lord looks upon you with love, calling you His own. Your failures or weaknesses do not define you. You are determined by the One who created you, and He has marked you as His beloved. In the eyes of God, you are a warrior, strong and courageous, yet clothed in gentleness and humility. Your trials do not diminish your worth. They reveal the depth of your faith and the strength of your character. Remember that God sees you fully when you feel overwhelmed by life's complexities. He knows your heart, struggles, and every fear you carry. Yet, He also considers the greatness He has placed within you. The courage that rises in the face of adversity, the resilience that refuses to give up. There will be moments when you feel unprepared for the battles ahead, when the weight of your burdens seems too much to bear. But take heart, for you do not fight alone. God is with you, standing beside you as your shield and fortress. In your moments of weakness, He is your strength. In your moments of doubt, He is your certainty. He knows your limits and your potential, for He crafted you with His hands, molding you into a vessel of His love and power. When the storms of life rage around you, and you feel ill-equipped to navigate the path before you, remember this: God has never abandoned you, and He never will. His presence is closest when you feel most alone, and His strength is most significant when you feel weakest. He has called you His child, and His love for you is unshakable. Lean into that love. Embrace your identity as a child of the Most High God, one who is called to stand firm in faith and trust. Even in your moments of uncertainty, know that God is with you, guiding every step, fortifying your spirit, and preparing you for the triumphs yet to come. You are more than the challenges you face, God's beloved, chosen to reflect His glory in this world. So, when you feel weary, remember the strength that God has placed within you. You are not weak, for the Almighty Himself sustains you. You are not forgotten, for His eyes are always upon you. Take courage, beloved, for you are a child of God, and His strength will. Beloved, when the storms of life rage and the path ahead seems obscured, remember this eternal truth: God is your shelter, your mighty fortress, your ever-present help in times of trouble. He is not a distant observer of your struggles, but your closest protector, standing firm with you through every trial. His love is a shield around you, His grace a refuge amid life's fiercest storms. When the winds of adversity blow, know that you are not abandoned. God is your strong tower, the rock you can stand when all else feels uncertain. Each trial, though painful, is not meant to break you but to refine you, like gold tested in fire. The difficulties you face are not punishments. They are opportunities to deepen your trust in Him, to discover the unshakable strength He offers in every moment of weakness. In times of fear and doubt, remember that God is your hiding place when you feel overwhelmed by life's burdens. His arms are wide open, ready to embrace you, to calm your anxieties, and to renew your strength. He is the one who turns mourning into dancing, who takes the ashes of your struggles and brings forth beauty. Every hardship you endure is known to Him, and He promises that none of it is in vain. Take heart, for His presence surrounds you like a shield. God guides you to calmer waters when the waves rise and the darkness seems impenetrable. His love is an unmovable force, standing between you and the storm, ensuring you will not be overcome. The fire surrounding you will not consume you. Instead, it will purify you, shaping you into the image of Christ and making you more robust, resilient, and faithful. Rest in the knowledge that no storm is too great for your God. Every tear you shed is precious to Him, every fear known, every cry for help heard. And in His perfect time, He will calm the storm, leading you to green pastures and still waters, restoring your soul. Trust that His protection is steadfast and that He is carrying you, holding you, and keeping you safe even in your most difficult hours. You are never alone, dear one. The Lord of hosts is your defender, and His strength is your shield. Let His peace fill your heart, knowing that no trial can separate you from His love. He is your refuge, your stronghold, and you will find rest in Him. Even in the fiercest storm, God guides you to victory. Beloved child of God, lift your heart in hope, for the Lord has promised you a future filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment beyond your wildest dreams. His plans for you are not small or fleeting. They are vast, eternal, and rooted in a love that has known you since before time began. Even now, He is preparing a path for you that will lead to abundance and joy that cannot fade. God's promise to you is sure, and His timing is perfect, though you may not always understand the seasons of waiting. Do not be discouraged if you cannot yet see the fullness of His plan, for the work He is doing within and around you is more significant than you can imagine. Each moment of waiting, each trial you endure, is not wasted but is part of His divine preparation for the incredible future He has ordained for you. Trust in this. The best is yet to come, and what He has in store far exceeds anything you could ask or think. Know that the Lord has set you apart for a unique and glorious purpose. You are not forgotten nor overlooked. His eye is upon you, guiding each step of your journey. The comparison to others may tempt you, but remember, what God has for you is distinct and perfect for you alone. He knows your heart's desires and the longings you carry, and He is working all things together for your good in His perfect timing. There is no rush in God's plan, no need to strive or worry, for He is in control. While you wait for His promises to unfold, trust that He is not only preparing your circumstances but also preparing your heart. He is shaping your character, molding you into someone who can fully receive and steward the blessings He has prepared. He is refining you in love, deepening your faith, and teaching you to rely wholly on Him so that when the time comes, you will be ready to step into the fullness of His promises. Do not fear the future, for God is already there, making a way where there seems to be none. Every door that He opens will lead you further into His divine plan, and every door He closes is for your protection and ultimate good. Your future is secure in His hands, and nothing can thwart the good plans He has for you. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future filled with His peace. So, take courage, dear one, and trust in His promises. The journey may seem long and the waiting difficult, but every step you take in faith brings you closer to the fulfillment of His word. He is faithful to His promises, and at the appointed time, He will pour blessings upon blessings in your life more than you could ever imagine. Hold fast to His word, for His promises are unshakable, and His love for you is eternal. You are destined for joy, peace, and a future bathed in His light, crafted by the loving hands of your Father in heaven. Beloved, faith is the foundation upon which your life with God is built. a precious gift that enables you to see beyond the limits of this world and into the boundless possibilities of His kingdom. Through faith, you connect with the divine promises He has spoken over your life, and through faith, you find strength to persevere, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. God has given you this gift of faith, not as something fragile or fleeting, but as a force that can move mountains and overcome any obstacle. Faith is the bridge between the seen and the unseen, between your present trials and the future God has prepared for you. Though your physical eyes may see only challenges and delays, the eyes of faith perceive the hand of God at work, weaving together every thread of your life for your ultimate good. In moments when doubt tries to creep in and fear whispers that you are forgotten, hold tightly to this faith. Remember that faith is not a blind trust. It is rooted in the truth of who God is, in His unchanging character and unfailing promises. He has never left you, and He never will. His love surrounds you, even in the darkest hours, and His faithfulness is your constant companion. Though you may not always understand the timing of His answers or the purpose of your trials, know that every moment of waiting is a divine opportunity for your faith to grow. God is teaching you to rely on Him, not only when things go well, but especially when all seems lost. Your faith, tested and refined through fire, is being strengthened, made pure and unshakable, a gift far more valuable than gold. This is where your victory lies, beloved, not in the absence of trials, but in the unwavering faith that God is with you through them all. Every step you take in faith is a step toward fulfilling His promises. Every time you trust Him, even when the outcome is unclear, you draw nearer to the breakthrough He has prepared for you. Faith allows you to see the invisible, trust the impossible, and know that all things are possible with God. So, do not lose heart when your faith is tested. This is where it grows strongest. Even when the answers seem distant or the trials overwhelming, cling to the truth that God is at work, even now, bringing His plans to fruition. Let your faith anchor your soul, holding you steady through every storm. In faith, you will see His hand move in ways you could never have imagined. In faith, you will witness His power and love at work in your life, transforming every challenge into a testimony of His greatness. Trust in the faith He has given you, and know He is faithful to sustain it. As you walk with Him, your faith will continue to grow, and you will see His promises unfold in ways that will bring you awe of His goodness. This faith is a gift from God Himself, nurtured by His love, and it will carry you through every season, every trial, and every triumph, leading you into the fullness of His joy and the fulfillment of His perfect will. Beloved child, your battles are not fought by you alone. Every challenge, every struggle, and every trial you face is met with the unmatched power of Almighty God, who fights for you, strengthens you, and assures your victory. You cannot contend with life's difficulties alone, for the Lord Himself has promised to be your shield, deliverer, and stronghold. In your moments of weakness, when you feel overwhelmed by the weight of your burdens, remember that God's strength is made perfect in those very moments. He delights in lifting you when you feel defeated, empowering you to overcome every obstacle. His love is your sustaining force, the wellspring from which you draw renewed energy and courage. What seems impossible by human standards is nothing before God's limitless power, which turns weakness into strength and makes a way where there seems to be none. God knows the chains that bind you, whether they be sins, habits, addictions, or fears. Yet, He does not condemn you. He comes to free you. He is your deliverer who breaks every chain and sets the captives free. No addiction is more potent than His power, and sin is too great for His grace to overcome. He sees the depths of your struggles and the victory that awaits you through His mighty hand. In His presence, no bondage can remain. In His light, all darkness flees. When you feel as though you cannot go on, when you are tempted to give in to despair, know that God is there, ready to carry you. He is not a distant Savior, but a loving Father who stands beside you, even in the fiercest battles. He will never let you fall beyond His reach. He is there to lift you. When you fail, He is there to forgive. When you feel like giving up, He infuses you with strength and hope. His love is unrelenting, and He will never give up on you. Victory is not just a possibility. It is your inheritance as a child of God. The chains that bind you now will be shattered. Nothing is impossible with him. He has called you to live in freedom, to walk in the fullness of his love, grace, and peace. Even now, he is working in you to bring you into that freedom. Though the process may be complex, his power shines the brightest in these moments of struggle. Trust in him to deliver you from whatever holds you back, for he has promised to do so. You were not created to live in bondage, but in liberty. You were not meant to be overcome by your circumstances, but to overcome through the power of Christ within you. Lean into that power and know that the Lord is fighting for you, turning every battle into a path toward victory. As you walk this journey, take comfort in knowing God is always with you. His promises are unshakable, his love unfailing, and his strength unending. He will break every chain, heal every wound, and lead you into a life of true freedom and joy. Trust in his power, beloved, for in him, every battle is already won. Your victory is assured because he is with you, guiding, empowering, and preparing you for a future filled with his peace and abundance. Beloved child of God, as you journey through the trials and triumphs of life, let this truth be ever before you. God's love for you is eternal, his promises unshakable, and his presence ever near. You are never alone, no matter how fierce the storm or how dark the valley is. The Lord of heaven, the creator of all things, walks beside you, guiding your every step with grace, wisdom, and love. He has spoken promises over your life, promises of hope, joy, peace, and a future far more significant than you can imagine. And he is faithful to fulfill every one. In moments of doubt, when your strength falters, remember that God is your refuge and your strength. He is the anchor that holds firm when the waves rise high. Every trial you face is an opportunity to deepen your trust in him, to grow in faith, and to witness heaven at work in your life. Though the path may be difficult, it leads you toward his perfect will and blessings that far surpass your expectations. His ways are higher than yours, and his timing is always perfect. Rest in the knowledge that God is preparing your future and that you will receive it. He is molding your heart, refining your character, and nurturing the faith that will carry you through every season. Every delay, every unanswered prayer is not a sign of his absence, but a testament to his intimate care for you. He is aligning everything according to his divine purpose, and in his perfect time, you will see the fullness of his promises come to pass. Take heart, dear one, for the God who holds the universe in his hands is the same God who holds your future. Trust in him with all your heart, for he is faithful to lead you into green pastures and still waters. Even when the path grows complicated and you cannot see what lies ahead, know he is with you, guiding, protecting, and providing for your every need. His love for you is unending, his grace is sufficient, and his power is at work in every detail of your life. Let your faith be your guide, your hope your anchor, and your trust in God your strength. As you walk with him, you will see how every trial is transformed into a blessing, every tear into a source of strength, and every prayer into a testimony of his goodness. The best is yet to come, for his plans for you are filled with abundance, peace, and eternal joy. Hold fast to his promises, rooted in his boundless love for you. Trust in him, and you will witness the fulfillment of his word in ways that surpass your wildest dreams. He is with you in every moment and season, now and forever. You are his beloved child, and he will never forsake you. Walk in faith, for your victory is assured in him.